for shouting at my attention WH sister while she's on her deathbed? The answer's no. My sister had a meltdown to stop my wedding from happening and went to the hospital. First, my sister tried to discharge herself by signing a refusal of hospital treatment, which wasn't successful, and she apparently had a whole meltdown and hurt one of the staff members, so she had to be sedated and restrained. After I heard about this, I decided to call her psychiatrist again and told him that this is part of her MO. She'll get hurt, and then once she's gotten enough attention or something of mine has been cancelled, she'll then get herself discharged because she's miraculously feeling better. And I think that's what she was banking on now, but what she didn't consider is that psychiatric hospitals operate very differently from regular hospitals. I also think she realized that for the first time, her plan wasn't working and I'd still be celebrating something, and tried getting out so she could physically disrupt the ceremony. I created a whole spreadsheet of the incidents. I went through the discharge papers my parents still had at their house and went through a deep dive of my iCloud to find old pictures and stuff of special moments in my life, and then compared all the dates. There were 11 special moments and 10 discharge papers, all with eerily close dates, from a few years before my 16th birthday to now. I showed this list to my parents and nothing. They decided to stick to their GNS, telling me that my sister has always been clumsy and the stress of big events would obviously make her more prone to getting hurt. I then asked them why she never had any accidents before or after her own milestones, like her graduation or her engagement party, and I didn't get an answer. I felt my heart break into a million pieces and decided to just cut my losses because I really was talking to walls. I then told them that I was okay with them not attending the wedding ceremony. They had guilted me into having, and that I had enough people who truly loved me there to support me. I also told the other flying monkeys in the family that they had my permission to stay away and go sit in the hospital, waiting on someone who currently isn't allowed to have any visitors. I then switched my phone off so that I could focus on getting ready for Saturday, and all communication had to go through my partner, who was filtering out everything before it reached me. The ceremony started off great and I actually don't regret doing it, even though I didn't want it in the first place. It felt so darn good to see relatives and friends I hadn't seen in a while. Halfway through, my parents arrived and my dad started talking to other relatives about how disappointing it was that he didn't get to walk me down the aisle a second time, and how he didn't raise me to be so selfish by celebrating things while my own sister is probably chained to a bed with no one there to support her. My relatives then talked him into leaving, and I didn't hear about his tantrum until this morning, which I'm very grateful for. My relatives also had to deal with a friend of my sister's turning up to the reception in a white dress, but the joke was on her because I was in a modern traditional basutu dress and I still fully stood out as the bride. Right now, I honestly just feel numb and defeated. And it feels like I've lost my family, even though they were never really family. It hurts to be in this situation, and a part of me is mourning what could have been or what I deserved but never got. A lot of people told me that going NC is never easy, and I think it's finally starting to sink in. But a lot of people also told me to focus on the good. I have a lot of good things going for me now, and I should be in the moment.